Comic Army. Hello, my name is Krista Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Welcome back to episode 2 of my passion project, the highlight of my PC. This is my story of my personal classic Amazing Spider-Man collection. This particular episode, we're going to take a look at issue number 40 all the way down to issue number 31. Let's begin, shall we? Issue number 40 is actually one of those positive covers. There aren't that many positive covers when it comes to Spider-Man. He's usually in trouble, or he's about to save someone. You know what I'm talking about. But issue number 40, which features the second artwork by John Romita Sr., has Spider-Man in a positive mode. This is issue 40, Spidey Saves the Day, where you see Spider-Man towering over a defeated Green Goblin. Now the scroll down below says, the end of the Green Goblin. Well, in which we know the Green Goblin lasts for approximately another 60 to 70 issues before his demise. This is issue number 40, and if I were to get this cleaned and pressed and come back and had it graded to come back, it would probably come in the neighborhood of somewhere between a 4 and a 5.0. It will be one day. Up next is the first artwork of John Romita Sr. This is that classic cover of issue number 39, where we have the Green Goblin dragging Peter through the air, defeated. Like I said, there aren't that many positive covers when it comes to the Amazing Spider-Man. This one says down below, Spidey and the Green Goblin both unmasked. A Marvel first. Classic cover. On to issue 38, which is the final artwork of Steve Ditko. This is 38, Just a Guy Named Joe. Here's Spidey at his fighting best. Another classic cover, white background, Spidey kind of coming forward, and like a small little film reel, but three parts of the storyline that's inside. Thrills, spills, and chills. Enough said. This is issue 38. On to 37. Once upon a time, there was a robot. Featuring that split cover with a black background, hard to get in a high grade, where Spider-Man is fighting in fire and fighting the robot. It's one of those stories that I personally really enjoyed. Still features a 12-cent price tag. Like I said, with that very difficult to grade black background. Spider-Man issue 37. Okay. One of the highest grades, if not the highest grade, in my ASM run 1 to 50 is this particular issue. This is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 36, When Falls the Meteor, in a CGC 7.0. Now this particular issue has the origin and first appearance of the looter, Norton G. Fester. This particular issue that I own is off-white to white pages. Again, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's story. Steve Ditko cover and art. Now this is actually one of the more affordable Spider-Man books in the 30 to 40 range. But yeah, it's another piece that I'm very proud of in my Spider-Man collection. Up next is issue 35, The Molten Man Regrets, featuring another difficult book to get graded in a high value, featuring that black and green background. Again, another 12-cent book featuring Steve Ditko and Stan Lee. But as you can see, my particular copy has seen some better days. If I were to have this cleaned or pressed, I think it would come back in the neighborhood of probably a 2.5 to a 3.0. So whether I get it cleaned and pressed or actually just send it off the way it is, we will see. As we reach for 34, I'm going to invite you, if this is your first time finding my channel, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and hit that like button and get a comment ready. Let me know what was your favorite cover of all these books that I'm about to show here in episode 2. Issue 34 features the return of my favorite Spider-Man villain, Kraven the Hunter. As you can see here on ASM 34, we have Kraven the Hunter just jumping off the side of a building, trying to land on Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, and this particular issue is called The Thrill of the Hunt. Again, another classic Ditko cover where we have Spider-Man basically on the side of a building, kind of losing his balance. A little bit of a Ditko trademark, if you ask me. Issue 33 is arguably one of the best Spider-Man stories ever written. When Stan Lee talked about issue 33, the final chapter, it's that one where Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man. It's got one of the most famous covers of all time. And my particular copy, well, it's autographed by Stan Lee. This is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 33, the final chapter, in a CGC 4.5, signed by Stan Lee. Now, the reason why I had this particular issue signed is the fact that he talked about that this is actually one of his favorite stories, and that he felt that Peter Parker lifted up into the Spider-Man character, and Spider-Man truly became Spider-Man. This one is billed as the Stan Lee and Steve Ditko story, with Steve Ditko doing the cover and the interior arts, and it features Dr. Curt Connor's appearance. Again, one of the most famous Spider-Man covers of all time. 4.5, signed by Stan, issue 33. On to issue number 32. Now, 32 I also have graded. This is a Dr. Octopus appearance. It's the second appearance of Dr. Curt Connors, but it's better known as issue 32, Man on a Rampage. So yeah, here you have, again, Spider-Man in a not-so-positive light, going on a rampage, all because with his Aunt May gravely ill in the hospital, Spider-Man fights as he never fought before. This is a Stan Lee and Steve Ditko story featuring Steve Ditko on the cover and the interior arts, and this particular 4.5 has white pages. Very, very cool. Now, probably the biggest key from issue 40 to issue 31, the final book I'm going to show, is this one, 31. This is a Stan Lee story featuring Steve Ditko on the cover and the interior art. It is graded in a nice 5.5 with off-white to white pages, but this, like I said, is probably the biggest key in the run. And this is If This Be My Destiny, featuring the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Professor Miles Warren. But yeah, the girl that would become his girlfriend for a long time, Gwen, and the young man that would be his best friend for years and years. Again, this particular issue, because of the red, is a tough book to get in a very high grade. So if you have one, congratulations. This book was cleaned and pressed and came back in a 5.5, so I am very happy. When I actually bought this book, it was in a lot rougher shape. There was waves and dirt all over it, and it was cleaned and pressed and just looked spectacular. And yeah, I'm very happy to have it in a 5.5. Well, Comic Army, that's it. That's issue 40 through 31. Again, if you're brand new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and hit that like button, and let me know in the comments, what was your favorite cover? I'm kind of partial to number 40. I like the fact that Spider-Man was standing over the Green Goblin. With that being said, Comic Army, thank you for your time. I will be coming out in the very near future with episode 3 that will feature number 30 down to 21. Till we see you then, take care.